It's already Christmas Eve. That's crazy pants.
Cracklin Oat Brand Crazy Pants.
Tomorrow.
That's so funny. I don't know why that entertains me so much, but it does. Oh, I forgot to turn on my lights.
What? Okay, now we're ready. We're in the right mood now. We got proper decorations. Got my friend Jana. Got some knitting. Let's do this.
Awesome. This has been so much fun. I feel like it's been a ton of work editing every day, but it's also gone pretty fast. I feel like we just started last week.
It has gone very quickly. You are a total superstar.
Well, thank you. It's been a lot of fun, and it's been hilarious to watch them back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But some of our chats, if the viewers see a 45-minute video, it started out being much longer.
On that day.
I figure, if people can watch a 45-minute episode on Netflix, they can watch our thing for 40 minutes or whatever.
Right. Well, and speaking of, I appreciate those who commented and said that Made is not a 3-episode series. I will say this, I have gone back now and I'm actually 20 minutes from the end. I have 20 more minutes of the last episode now. And I will say this, if you want to watch Made and get to a point where it's like resolution and you can see how her life's going to improve, and you stop at episode 3. Just stop at episode 3 and just be like, her life will go on and she will live. Because episodes 4 through 9.5, everything falls apart again and is horrible. But I'm 20 minutes away from being done, and there's a path. I feel like I can see how things are going, and we're going to get back to another good spot. But yeah, it's been a roller coaster ride.
Okay, but it's definitely binge-worthy knitting time.
Yes. It's so the reason I was able to get through so much of it so quickly since yesterday is because you don't really have to watch the show. You can just sort of have it on and be doing other things. Yeah. And
so if you're baking or whatever.
Yeah. So I just put my headphones in and was going about my business and had it on, and
okay.
You can tell what's going on from the audio. It's a very talky show. So yeah.
Okay. Because I was going to say that's a lot of sitting time. And
No. That's not. Yeah.
You're a TV in the background while you go about your thing kind of person.
Yeah. Well, yesterday I was anyway. Yeah. There's a lot to do yesterday. So,
well, yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
And you went to Spider-Man.
Yeah, we went and saw Spider-Man last night. It was pretty good. It was not I didn't, if you've seen the previews, I don't want to spoil it for anyone because it was a pretty good one. And there's surprises and twists and stuff. It is a Marvel movie. It's not going to win any Oscars, but it was a good time. We enjoyed it.
Kids didn't go?
No, because youngest already saw it. Oldest told us she was over it. So it was me and my husband. We went to the movies. It was nice.
Okay. I didn't get a lot of knitting done yesterday. Not too much. I didn't get a lot of knitting or editing done till late last night because I ended up going to big town so my daughter had an orthodontist kind of emergency thing, and it was easy. It was like a 2-minute fix, and I asked them, I'm like, could I have done that myself with a pair of sort of clean needle nose pliers? And they're like, yeah, totally. And I'm like, really? Show me. So, she's laying there.
Right.
And I'm peering over her with the orthodontist assistant person. I mean, not the doctor guy, but all of the technicians. Yeah. What do they call them? They're not hygienists. They're orthodontist.
I don't know.
Anyway, you know what I mean.
Orthodontist, but I know who you mean in the scheme of an office setting.
Right. So the two of us, she's pulling her cheek, and I'm looking and I'm I looked at her tools that she has, and it looked like a curved needle nose pliers, just like we have for jewelry or beading or whatever. Right. And I'm like, I totally could have done that. And she's like, yeah, totally. But I'm thinking, yeah, if this happens again, it took her literally 30 seconds to put this wire back in. And we drove 2 hours for this appointment that took a minute and a half.
30 seconds.
But it's
Yeah.
okay. The orthodontist office is really fun. And like right before they close for the holiday, like they did it at Thanksgiving as well. They have like treats for everyone. So we're like, we got treats. And we went to then we went to Petco and we bought a new Plecostomus. So that was fun.
I knew what now?
Plecostomus.
What is that?
It's like one of those algae sucker catfish that put their sucky face on the glass and hoovers the rocks.
Yeah.
So we actually got 2 of them because they're little and they won't grow real big. And they're called a clown Plecostomus because they have like a clown loach has the stripes. So, but we got them home and just the colors that we have in our aquarium with the gravel and stuff. Now we're like, wow, it's going to be like, can you find the Kirby and Hoover?
They blend in.
Yeah.
Nice. I like the names you picked.
We named them Kirby and Roomba, actually, not Hoover, Roomba. We named them Roomba and Kirby.
That's great.
And one's darker than the other, so you can tell them apart, and they're different sizes slightly. But I only saw one this morning. The other ones, I think, like behind the rocks and whatever. Anyway, so not only did we have a 90-second orthodontist appointment, but yeah, we got some fish and had a good chat in the car. It's always good. Like my kids are not really hung up on their phones so much. And so it's good talking time in the car. Yeah. And I'm thankful that they're not always like,
Right. Yeah, for sure.
So not a lot of knitting time yesterday, but
I got a lot done.
You did. Show us.
I did almost all. I have my chicken report. I did almost the entire stripe during Superman. But then when I got home, we had Christmas movie time. And so I picked up my Maya cardigan and got that far on the body.
That's beautiful.
So I was about halfway through the rib. So I got all of this done since last night.
Wow.
I love Aran yarn. Oh my gosh, it goes so fast.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I was like, this isn't that much bigger than a fingering weight hat. It's like maybe a third more.
Right.
Around.
As far as stitch count. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, look at like how much fabric I'm making. Ooh. So I have a space issue in the office at the moment. So, it's about to be addressed because the yarn stash de-stash coming up.
Yep.
That starts on the day after Christmas. So in 2 days on my Instagram, I thought I knew how. I post a daily prompt to help you just sort of clean out, organize all your knitting tools and yarn and everything, project bags, your online patterns, like everything. We go through everything and just get it organized for the new year. And that's starting on Tuesday. And I definitely need to do it this year. Like I have like an avalanche forming in the corner.
Wait. Back up. You said starting on Tuesday. It starts on the 26th.
Oh, sorry.
So,
26th, so Sunday. Sorry. Okay. I have 2 days from today.
So starts on Sunday. The 26th.
Starts on Sunday.
Okay.
But I have an avalanche I need to get cleared.
Oh.
And I'm like, even still, like I acquired yarn this year. Where am I going to end up putting it? And my first thought was, let's get the yarn organized by size this year.
Right.
And start with the bulky. Just start with the bulky.
Yeah.
Do some bulky to Erin projects. Mm-hmm. And then that should clear out enough for me so that everything like fits properly again. Right. So that's my goal for the next couple weeks. So
people should watch your Instagram for the prompts on that because it really does help to have direction, because I get overwhelmed with the piles and the stuff and the clutter. I get overwhelmed and then I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this.
I don't want to do it. Yeah. And so that's why it's spread over 2 weeks too. Yeah. So it's not like
bite size.
Right. You just do a little bit a day. The yarn days can be pretty intensive for some people. That's just 3 days. If you need to take longer, you can.
Sure.
And we don't even get to the yarn until the second week.
Right.
We start with other stuff, we just
and just so people don't get all like stressed out and anxious right away. It's not about getting rid of things unless that's what you need to do. But it's not like you are not pushing people getting rid of your thing is like, let's make it a usable space and make it organized.
Yeah,
So it's
I
more-
call it the yarn stash de-stash because that's fun to say.
Yeah.
Yarn stash de-stash. That's fun to say. And I find that a lot of people do end up getting rid of some things.
Yeah, sure.
Because it's like,
It's okay.
well, I don't need 8 24-inch size 8 knitting needles, circular needles,
Right.
you know, I can take half and give those to a school, you know, like,
Right.
and then that makes it easier to see where your things are. So there is a little bit like people naturally start to let go of some.
Yeah, pare down a little bit. Sure.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times, especially if you've inherited things from elderly family members that have maybe passed on or whatever, like,
Yeah.
you end up with multiples of things and maybe you realize you have that much and maybe you don't. So I think it's more about awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is the goal is to really just put your eyes on everything, you
Yeah.
know, and then get
Well,
it
that's why, like,
organized.
Yeah, that's why Marie Kondo's like, take all your clothes out, put them all
Right.
on the bed. So you know what
Right.
you have, because it's all tucked away. Like, you don't really know what you have.
Exactly. And that, spoiler alert, the first step is to get everything together in one place. Your gather. That's day one, is to gather. So you're just going through your house, you're going through, like, if you craft at work, you go through your desk, like you're just getting all of your supplies into one place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's day one. And then we
Well,
take it from there.
And so if your teenagers are asking what you want for Christmas, tell them you want help.
There you go.
That's what I do. I'm like, I want help. I want you to help me clean off my desk. I want you to help me fold the laundry. I want you to help me gather all these things.
Yeah. Let me tell you, they are good, especially when we get to books, but like the books and pattern day and the, like the Ravelry, like dealing with your digital presence day.
Right.
My kids are so helpful on that.
Yeah.
Like, I hired one of my daughters. I was like, I will give you money to put all of my books on my Ravelry, because I realized, and it took me forever to realize this, that Ravelry keeps track of all the patterns in all your books too.
What?
Yeah. That's if your book is loaded on Ravelry and you are doing a search and you select in my library,
Yeah.
it will tell you the digital patterns you have in your library, and it will tell you the physical patterns you have in your physical library as well.
No.
Yeah. So I found that out.
I had
I know.
no idea.
You need to do a part 2 for your Ravelry video, right?
Wow.
Ravelry is so very helpful. So, and I know there's people who can't use it, and I am sorry, but
But I had no idea that it did that. So you're saying that if I grab a book and it has 10 patterns in it, Ravelry knows if it knows what 10 patterns are in that book and will say, oh, you already have this pattern. It's in your library.
Yes.
Assuming that book has been loaded into their database.
Right. You have to have it in the database. So
I doubt there's very many books I have that are not in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is. My daughter figured out, and I don't know how to do it, but my daughter figured out a way to just scan the barcode on the back and it gets uploaded that way. And I'm like, I don't know how to do it. I'm sure I could Google and find out how. She figured it out immediately. And I was expecting this to take her like a full afternoon. She came to me like 45 minutes later and was like, oh, I finished that.
So
and I was like,
pay me.
what are you talking about? How is that even possible? No, there's like, you can scan it in.
Okay. I just had a little brain splody over that.
Magazines as well. Your magazine.
No, because I have like a crap ton of magazines I need to deal with.
Yep.
I had no idea when we logged in this morning that I would be so amazed. I had no idea.
It's amazing. So it's worth, having all of that in Ravelry, because I kept going, well, like, why would you bother? And then there's even a function like, so this year, so most of my books are in Ravelry already. I need to put the ones in that I got this year.
Okay.
I don't have any of my yarns cataloged. And I'm thinking like, I want to do that this year as part of my yarn stash de-stash, because like my notions are organized, like a lot, I do this every year. So some of the steps I already maintain.
Right.
And I'm like, well, maybe I can use the extra time to do the thing, because there's also a way in there to say, like, I have this yarn. What patterns do I already own that I can make with this yarn?
Yeah, I have seen that.
That's awesome too.
Because so it helps to know what you have without having to dig in the bins. If you upload your stash, if you're not worried about people knowing how much yarn you really have, just make sure no one knows where you live.
It doesn't have to be public, does it? I think you can keep your yarns private. Can't you? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Just make sure people don't know where you live.
I was thinking
yarn protection
people
program.
Wouldn't want to know because of judgment purposes. And you're like, no, straight up thievery.
Yes, I live in Wyoming. I own a firearm. Don't come for my yarn. Don't come for my yarn.
You can have my yarn when you pry it out of my cold dead hands.
I live in the West. Oh my word. But that is fantastic, because like all these books right here, I didn't even know that. And that's not the only shelf of knitting books I have. That's just what you can sort of see. But wow, I have I have a college student home on winter break for wow. Okay.
Well, you could be like, honey, I'll pay you $20 to do this. And then it'll take her like 5 minutes. You're like, $20 an hour. And she'll be like, yeah. And it'll take her like 5 minutes. You can be like, here's $1.50.
Or if I were smart, I would say, I'll give you $20 for an hour of your time, and you do whatever I ask you to do for that full hour.
I like it.
Yes.
Yeah, because my kids are not working right now. And so it's very easy to bribe them in this way. I want to talk about the Maya cardigan real quick.
Okay, yeah.
Because I'm worried.
Oh.
So I have, whoops, my stitch marker came up. I just finished here. I'm at the point now where I have to do a stripe of the pink here.
Okay.
This is all the pink I have left.
That doesn't even look pink on my monitor, but okay.
Well, the purpley pink.
Okay, so how many grams is it?
I don't know, but I did all of this, right? So I have the ribbing and the bottom part here, and I've done the 2 sleeves. And that was one ball, and now I have this ball.
Okay, and that's yarn B?
Could be. I don't have access to this yarn anymore, and I dyed it and messed up when I dyed it. So I'm not going to be able to recreate this yarn.
Right.
And my concern is the button band.
Right.
Okay, so my dilemma is that my scale isn't working, so I can't measure and do the math on the ball that I have left to see.
Right, because the pattern, if people aren't knitting, if viewers are not knitting the sweater, the pattern is written where the yarn ABC is, it's not shown in yardage, it's shown in grams, and that's using a different yarn that you're using.
Right.
So, but you're trying to,
at the very beginning, I weighed the yarn. I looked up the yard. She does give the yardage per ball or per 50 grams.
Right.
So I did all the math.
Right.
And it looked like I was going to be fine.
Okay.
But now the fact that I only got this far with just the one ball is making me worried, you know? And so what I have left to do, I have like this part across the bottom.
Right.
And then I'll have to do that part again, like here.
Right.
And then I have the button and neck bands.
Okay.
So
you didn't change sizes or anything from when you measured weighed everything out the first time.
No.
Okay.
So here's my plan. Okay. I'm going to do the body. I'm going to cut. I'm going to do all that. I'll do the neck band, and I'll do the band that has the holes in it first. Okay. And then I think I'm pretty confident I can get that far.
Okay.
And then I'll start the bottom band that will hold the buttons. And if that comes up short, I have boatloads of this black.
Oh.
And if I need to do like the last half or even the last whole under button band in the black, it'll be hidden by the top one.
Right. The overlap. Or you could do the button band all in black and the neck and button band.
I could, but I don't know that I like that idea. I have the
Isn't
pattern.
it different than the waistband?
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
waistband and the wristband. So I'm hoping to at least get that top button band with the holes in it done, and like the neck and the top.
Right.
That's my fingers crossed.
What's up with you and Yarn Chicken?
I don't know. I don't know. I live for the adrenaline.
Living on the edge, man.
Living on the edge.
This is the knitting version of Live on the Edge. Right.
Laugh, laugh. You want the chicken report?
Yeah. Bark, bark, bark.
So here's my chicken report. So, oh, sorry, I hit the microphone.
That's right.
So 2 days ago when I went to the movies, I did most of this stripe. And then last night at Spider-Man, I did most of this stripe.
Oh.
I just had a couple of stripes to do on the way home. And this is where I ran out, these stitches here. So it's very, very close. It's, let me count the ridges. I always forget. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it was just short of 24 rows. And what I did was I used the little bit I had left over from this one.
Okay. Okay.
And it had like one end had some of that really dark red, but the other was just sort of like this mellow pinky. So I started with that and
had
a bit of gray mellow pinky.
Okay. So which stripe on your thing, which stripe is day 22?
So today's 24th. So this is 22.
I saw on her Instagram that is from the hermit crab.
Oh, okay. Is it the crab? Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah. So it's the shell for the hermit crab. It's his shell, his little spirally shell.
Okay.
So you get the purples and the greens and like the sort of browny gray all in there.
So, and you don't have a guess for the rows you've just completed?
No, like this one, I honestly don't have a guess for. I don't know. My guess would be something from a house for hermit crab. Maybe something that it puts on its shell, but I don't know. We only have one more day.
Okay. Oh, well, no, you're opening the 24th. You don't have the 25th, or was it just 24?
No, I have a little gift on the 25th.
Oh, nice. Okay. I
have a little tin of something. And same with both. I have a little present for my British Yarn Explorers. And so these are my last days of yarn. Okay. Ooh, nice. That's cheery.
Nice.
Check that out.
That's lovely. Oh, I love the speckles.
Nice. So there's that one.
So
that would be a nice one to end on.
It will. And you hug it. And I saw, where did I see that? Where did you say that? Where you have knitted yourself a whole entire thing in the last.
I knit myself a Christmas present.
You did.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish it on Christmas Day and be ready to wear it. Isn't that cool?
You already are wearing it, and you've been weaving in your ends. You've been weaving as you go along.
Yeah, and I wove in the ends. So I think I have like 4 days of ends that I'll have to weave in, and that'll take maybe 15 minutes.
Shazam!
And I'll have my thing. I'm looking forward to having it all. Like, there we go.
Nice.
Big crazy like scarf, have my coat, and just this side I'm trying to.
And you can mess with it to see which colors you want together. Yeah.
So there's my Christmas present to me. And we were talking a little bit before we started filming about knitting for Christmas and panic knitting for Christmas.
Don't do that. Don't panic knit, people. Okay. I'm going to go back and repost in the video description a video I did 2 or 3 years ago about people being knit worthy. So if you have someone in your life that's knit worthy, you should have already started long ago. So don't panic knit now, unless, with this caveat, this is my personal rule. If you can knock out a bulky little beanie or something in 2 hours, then okay, maybe. And you're done with your holiday baking and your own family is all set up and you're completed with your Christmas preparation for your own household. Okay, then maybe bust out a beanie in 2 or 3 hours while you watch a movie.
Right.
but that doesn't feel like panic knitting, does it? Because you're doing something that goes relatively quickly and you're watching a movie and you're hanging out with people that you like, and well, hopefully. And and you know what I mean? But don't be like, oh my God, I have to get this done.
Yeah.
Don't do that to yourself.
If you have already started doing that to yourself and you're like, I got to finish now. No, you don't. Just wrap it. Just wrap it as it is and give it to them and take it back and say, you'll get this in 3 days or whatever, you know?
Or Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. That's right.
Or frog it, put it back in your stash, and
buy him a gift certificate.
Or bake a pan of cookies and be like, I love you.
Here's my situation with the whole knitting thing. So we were overseas for a very long time. Mm-hmm. And when we moved back, I was very excited to have like Christmas with the family again, you know, the extended family. And we wouldn't send presents back and forth, like shipping to and from the Philippines.
Ridiculous.
It wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
Half the time it would disappear on the way, you know, so it wasn't worth it. So I knit everyone in my family a hat and went to family Christmas. Mm-hmm. And the way presents happened was all the adults gave gifts to the nieces and nephews.
Right.
And that was it. No adults exchanged gifts, nothing. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was the only one giving hats. So everyone got a hat and was like, okay.
Thanks.
The following year, my mother had passed and I had inherited her stash, and I used her stash to knit something for everyone in the family as like one last Christmas present from mom, you know, and gave.
Yeah.
And same thing, you know, and that was I was going to do that anyway, you know, like I told my mom I would do that. I did one more thing. And, but same thing that year, like the only people who, it was all gifted downwards. The adults gave presents to the nieces and nephews.
Sure.
So this year I was like gearing up, like I'm going to do hats for, oh no, we had one more year. I did it again. Cause I was like, well, I've established this now 2 years of me bringing presents for everybody. So I'll do it again. So I made new hats for everybody, gave them to everyone. Same exact thing happened. Like they clearly have a set tradition that we were not a part of, that everyone else is on board with. The nieces and nephews get something.
Okay.
Adults don't gift. So this year I was like, all right, I'm not going to stress about it.
No.
And I didn't. But the thing is, I still have to give gifts. I can't not give gifts. But so everybody this year is getting a gift certificate that is like for Fandango, which is you buy.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that the other day, where it's
like restaurants, and so that's everybody's getting those. They can go out as a couple.
Yeah.
You know?
Cool.
But I was like, I'm sorry, you're never seen any of them wear any of the hats. I'm just like, I'm not doing this again, you know?
And that's my video about Are People Knitworthy? Yeah. And I don't mean to be snotty about that. And the video that I have about that is, it's not snarky. Despite my personality, it's not. But it's just a matter of evaluating your time. And would that person use it? Would they appreciate it? Do they value handmade gifts? If they do, then that's fantastic. But
I always give instructions with it on how to take care of it, which is like if it's wool, like you don't have to take care of it, just hang it up, you know. If you need me to wash it for you, I'll wash it for you. If you want to do it, here's how.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, some of them may have gotten shrunk. Some of it may just be like, oh, it's wool, I don't want to wear it.
Yeah.
Or they just don't want to wear it, period. Like they just, so I'm like, okay, well, my knitting isn't appealing to them in some way.
That's okay.
I'm not going to force it on them, and that's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And since we were talking about cleaning and Marie Kondo methods briefly, what she says is, you know, that the gift has done its job, which was you giving that to them, and you've given that, and that was the purpose, and they received it. And so that object has done its work. It's done its job. So if they need to pass that on to someone else, then that's okay.
Right.
So
yeah.
But as knitters, we want to see people that we care about wear it and all of that, but it's okay to let that go too.
Right.
Yeah.
This is because if you shouldn't give a gift wanting something back.
There you go.
You shouldn't, And I don't just mean like wanting a gift back. You shouldn't give a gift wanting praise and adoration back for it.
Yeah. Or
You know?
recognition or seeing them wear it or
Right.
whatever.
Right. So if that's your motivation for panic finishing a present right now to get to someone tomorrow, so that they will tell you what a fantastic knitter you are and how kind you are and wonderful. That's not about the person you're gifting something.
It's not about giving, is it?
Yeah. That's about giving.
This is like self-help session here.
Right.
For knitters. When to give and when not to.
And when not to. Anyway, so that was a little diversion from our.
Okay, that's okay. It's all right. So that was day 19 of your chicken report unicorn project.
Day 24.
Why did I say 19? What is wrong with me?
Because you want this to last.
I know. It's been fun. We log in at 8 o'clock my time, and it's been fun to have my coffee and hang out with you in the morning. Yeah. All right. Day 24.
Whoop, whoop.
A girl in her wool. And ooh, wow, that's cool. So we definitely are more.
Oh, yep. You're at the peach.
Yeah, kind of a coral and peach. Okay, so this is 24. So just because I like to see them, then we have 22, 23, 24.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Yes. So that's amazing.
Lovely.
British Yarn Explorers.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Oh, and just as a reminder to people, we're finishing up our Advent kits, but we each have stuff coming up to take us to New Year's too.
Yeah, because it is hand dyed December. So it's the whole, So we'll carry on until New Year's Eve.
Okay, this isn't the only thing that was in the box, but I got a little jingle bell.
Oh,
how cute is that?
That is super cute.
Jingle bell stitch marker.
And I noticed that the sheep ornament is hanging on the lighted thing behind you.
Yes.
That's cute.
It's on the knitting needle. Okay, here's my yarn for today.
Oh.
It's Masham DK. And okay, naturally dyed by Alex with madder. So it is
matter?
Madder, M-A-D-D-E-R, Masham. Okay, I thought it was pronouncing it wrong. So it's spelled Masham. It's pronounced Masham. This yarn has a golden toned luster. Masham has a nice drape. If you pull both ends of a strand, it is very strong, but it is still soft. I've often seen Masham BFL as a blend used for shawls. It's a bit slippy on the needles.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see the luster. It's got a nice luster to it. And then this was dyed with madder.
What does that mean, madder?
It's a plant, madder, M-A-D-D-E-R.
I'm not familiar with that.
Reds. I think it gives reds.
Something else to Google.
Yorkshire. Something else to Google. Let me show you my vase. Here's my vase of all my yarns now. Like I said, I do have one more gift for Christmas Day for tomorrow.
Nice.
Those are all the yarns from the British Explorer pack. Yay!
So Masham is some sheep.
Yep.
That lives
in the UK.
Okay.
She didn't tell us a lot about the sheep today, just about the fiber.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we can Google if we want. Sure.
Google and learn more.
Yes. All right.
All right.
Okay. So today is day 24 of the National Parks Countdown Kit. This is from Birch fiber yarns.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, that's pretty. Are we in a new? No, we started a new park yesterday.
This is, Great Sands.
Oh yeah, Great Sands. We looked it up. It's in Colorado.
Look at that.
Oh, I like the dark purple.
Birch hollow fibers.
Nice.
This is their Sylvia Sock Mini 7525, 92 yards. This colorway is called Stellar Crystal.
Lovely.
That is lovely. And looking at it with yesterday's,
Nice.
very nice.
That works well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Very cool. Okay. Should we let people get on with their lives today?
Yeah, because I mean,
It's a busy day for a lot of us.
We do not have an interview today, but that's okay because we had our minds blown by what Ravelry can do, and then we had to talk about panic knitting and why not to do that.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Okay.
And tomorrow we will have an interview.
We will.
So have your, if you're celebrating Christmas, open everything up, and when there's a lull, when you have that, that Christmas Day lull, you can come.
Right. And if you're not celebrating and doing all that, well, then join us with your cup of thing and we'll be here. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye, everybody. Bye.